Hi guys, it's Jen, and I would like to talk a little bit about doubt and the human condition. It's really interesting because I had a friend that came and visited me for the last 4 days, and he's been a friend of mine for about 12 years. And he happens to be a clairvoyant, a seer. He calls himself remote viewer, but basically he's a psychic. And when I met him, he was pretty much in full flow with his business, and he was helping people everything from their relationship problems all the way to their business problems. And how he does that is that he was obviously born with a gift, and he looks at your aura and interprets the messages that it gives to him, and then he tells you in the language that you're speaking with him. He speaks multiple languages. And his name is Martin Zoller. So ever since I met him 12 years ago, I see him about once or twice a year. He's always telling me about how his business is booming. And I always ask him how that is possible, and he's like, well, you know, Jen, I meditate and I just find the path of least resistance, and that presents itself to me. So every time I see him, it's like, oh my gosh, I have this new publisher that asked me to buy write a new book. I just had a guy that wants to write my autobiography. I've just raised my prices to like $500 a session. I have the Ministry of Oil of God knows what country that's asking me to find where the natural resources are. So you can just see his expansion. And I'm always quite pleased to hear his news because it just inspires me that he is doing so well. So it was really interesting in this visit that he was telling me about all his news, and then he said to me this really funny thing that really surprised me. He's like, Jen, it's finally all coming together for me. And I was like, Martin, what are you talking about? Like, everything is always, it appears to always be together for you. It's like, I've never heard you say, oh, I'm scared about money, or I'm worried about this, or I had this failure. Everything just seems to flow for you. But he's like, I know, but it feels really good right now. And it made me realize that doubt is part of the human condition. No matter what kind of human you are, whether you just be a normal Joe Blow or you're a renowned psychic, that we have these moments of doubts. And the most important thing to realize about that is that doubt is only in your head. So it's something that you can recognize and you can live with it, but it doesn't have to be your reality. So to think that this friend of mine had doubt, it really shocked me. But then it also made me feel like he was a real person. So next time you have a doubt, I guess you can realize that the Queen of England and the most charitable person in the world and the most successful person in the world and the richest person in the world, they have them too. So we're all in the same boat. So I'm not trying to encourage you to have doubt, but just to say it's normal, it's part of our human condition, and the only thing we can really do is just transcend that. So on that note, wishing you a glorious day.